Analysis of blockchain technology for higher education. My name is Fernando, I'm from Brazil, and I'm a student in Portugal at Fernando Pessoa University, and I will be presenting an application that explores the use of the blockchain technology in the higher education area. The main goal is to analyze the potential of the blockchain to verify academic certificates. For this, we are using a framework developed by MIT and Learning Machine called Blockcerts. Here, there's some information about the university and the experiment. We implemented all functionalities of the Blockcerts in our application, such as issuing an Ethereum and Bitcoin, generating a student public key using a mobile application, embedded verification and validation process. These were some of the reasons that motivate this work. People who have a college degree usually have a better opportunities and a better salary. They also get to achieve an important social status. Another reason is that paper are easy to tamper. No one can trust it. It is an old way to credential a person and very outdated. The last reason listed here is that the digital certificate are not the best solution because they have a limitation. For example, dependency third party, easy to destroy electronic records, and of course a big cap dependency. Blockchain emerged as a good solution to this problem. It's because blockchain has proven to be reliable and it's already a reality in many application areas. Since Satoshi introduced the cryptocurrency using blockchain, the interest over the technology has been increased. This work contributes by stating that the blockchain can also be applied in the education area. Compared to paper certificates and purely digital certificates through the prototype created, it's clear that there are advantages of using the blockchain to issue and to verify certificates. These were some properties that guide the research for a solution to the certificate problem. The solution should be agnostic, reliable, privacy, decentralized, open source, and allow to revoke. And the most important property for us is agnostic. There are challenges to achieve the agnostic property. The agnostic property is very important because it keeps the application life cycle longer. It means that even Bitcoin or Ethereum become obsolete, the certificate solution will still working. But this property brings a lot of complexity to the solution. For example, how to keep the revoke process working in any blockchain. It's very hard to achieve this. We started to look at some certificate issuance solutions by looking at the properties that we thought were needed. We choose Blockcerts because it's agnostic, the only agnostic framework, and allows to issue certificates in batch. Its mean low cost. And it has a mechanism for revocation based on OpenBet that should work in any blockchain. And there are many developers improving the code, which means that the projects receive constant updates. Here, more details about the Blockcerts framework. The Blockcerts framework ensures using hashing mechanism that provide privacy and manage batches of certificates, and this provide low costs. And it has good level of maturity. Components can be improved independently. For example, search tools, search insurer, search viewer, and allow students to prove their identities and issue certificates. It's because the public key is embedded to each certificate issued. This is how the block search works. Each component has a role in the framework which are responsible for doing a specific task. For example, search tools create templates. It is possible to create a model of the diploma and to use it later to issuing. Search Insurer signs the generate template and registers it on the blockchain. Blockcerts is agnostic because the search insurer allows to choose which chain will be used to issue the certificate. As the picture shows, the registered information is just the hash of the certificate. This keeps the privacy of both student and university. That's an overview of our application. The application tests the two processes, issuing and verification. Basically, to ensure the university at Search Edu system provides a nonce to the student who put the code in this mobile application, and this generating a public address that it's sending back to the Search Edu system. The university stores the student public key, creating groups using its own address and the student public address. A template is chosen and combined with a group. Then, a digital certificate is created, which is a JSON file. The hash of the certificate is anchored to the blockchain and the register is signed with the university private key. The verifying process can be done independently of the university. The student decides who he wants to share the digital certificate with. If an employer receives the certificate, it can be validated in the CertEdu verifier. There are steps in the verification process, such as checking if JSON hash is correct, checking if issuer profile exists, check blockchain record, and check if the certificate is still valid. Basically, the application has an area to create the users that can be either students, employers, or the university staffs. They have different access in the application. Here, it's possible to register several issuers. That means the CertEdu allows to manage multiple university or even different sites on the same university. As we can see, there are options to choose logo and sign emails and set up the web page to roast the issuer profile and the revocation list of the certificates. Here, to ensure on blockchain, it's necessary to use a valid account with balancing. In this example, we have the same issuer UFP, two validity accounts, one Bitcoin and other in Ethereum. The location of the corresponding private key to this account is set up in the configuration in a safe place. This is an example publishing the issuer profile. And here it's the general setup application. All options from Blockcerts configuration are mapped. It can be configured by issuer. For example, users, passwords, directories, and here there's a utility in the certidue. We created it just to help us with tasks such as check the balance account, to transfer credit between address, generating test credits, generating test address. The next video shows how the student can send his public key to the university. And this example shows a group that will receive a certificate. One of the students, Fernando, with announce 37705, is waiting for a public address from a mobile application. When all students in the group receive the public address, it can be used to issue the certificates. To send his public key, the student just need to refer the profile issuer link in the mobile application and informing his nonce number. This video shows how the students send their public address to the CyberC application. It's a mobile application, and the student just refer a profile here and announce here. And when click add user, the public address is sent to CyberC application. The mobile application triggers a notification message in the CyberC. It means that the students sent his public address and it can be associated with the corresponding group created. Here we can see the pending field and it was solved, and the application is still waiting for the other students. It is also possible to generate a public address and associate here manually. This public address is embedded in the certificate, and for this reason we prefer that the user do this because it's a way for him to prove his identity. If the application created a random address, it wouldn't match with his mobile application and the student wouldn't be able to prove his identity. The next video shows how the application allows to create and issue certificates. This interface registers a certificate template and the application database and file the Blockcerts component to create it. The model has information such as the issuer, title, narratives, images. If the search tools command was executed with success, the indicator status is displayed green. Otherwise, if a problem occurs, the indicator it showed red. It's important to say that the generate template related here still didn't sign. The next step will do this. The next video shows a certificate being anchored in blockchain. The first step to publish the certificate on the blockchain is to combine ensure public address, certificate template, and group of the students. Each public address has a match with a kind of blockchain. It means that the application can direct the action to the selected blockchain. If any problem happens, the status takes the color red, being possible to check the error reason clicking over it. For example, insufficient funds in account. Solved the problem, it is possible to try anchor again, repeating the operation. The next video introduces independent verification. Anyone who have access in searchable application can check the certificate. It is possible to download the JSON and check it at Universal Verifier when necessary. For example, in this example, we are downloading the file and putting the Blockcerts Universal Verifier, and we are checking it. The same verification can be done using the mobile application. It is possible to refer a certificate from a website or download it from the Certidu and visualize it in the app. After the certificate in the app, the student can send or share or check if the certificate is valid as his wish. And to finish, there are some conclusion. Blockcerts is a powerful tool to manage certificates. Working with any blockchain brings the framework to a different level, but there are problems to be solved. Dependency on having a insurer profile hosted, and dependency on hosting a list of revocate certificates. Thank you for watching.